Hello friends, my name is Jose Luis. In this opportunity I'm going to show you how to make the bed that in the previous video we saw how to make the two bedside tables. In this way we assemble the half bedroom set. I want to tell you that this mattress measures 1.40 m by 1.90 m. I'll leave the measurements in the highlighted comments. Let's get to work. We grab the 423 cm long boards to be able to assemble the cube for the legs. We assemble them and drill holes with the guide bit, and we screw it to the 22 cm board on the other narrower side. We repeat the same on each of the sides. With the help of a press we will make sure that the cube is perfect and we finish screwing. We take out the press, clean the vinyl glue and make a hole to place the other two remaining screws. I show you that in that part of the center there is no need to place a screw, because it would already be left. I have already assembled the other three cubes for the leg. These little boards would be the sockets. We are going to match the baseboards. We are going to press them, and with the orbital we are going to sand the edge. We are also going to sand the faces of the cubes with the orbital. Okay, here I show you how we are going to place the baseboard. We apply the glue. It is a little bit longer, about 1.5 mm more or less. We adjust it well, and we help ourselves with a press again. We put two screws of 38 mm long from the inside, like this. And we place the other socket, and we screw it again from the inside. To that edge that was left a little bit outside, I pass the orbital to even it out. Now the four legs are already in place. Now I mark it at 34 centimeters. There I leave 2.3 centimeters, 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters, and I mark it with the ruler joining the dots, and this would be what we would have to take out, and I make a mark to guide us that it would correspond to the bottom part. To these strips that would be for the headboard, I show you that I made a fairly large molding, only on one side of the upper part. I am going to sand the molding by hand, and I also have the face sanded. I make a mark at 20 centimeters, 20 centimeters, 20 centimeters, and 20 centimeters. That's where we place it evenly and put the vinyl glue, also a screw. To the bottom part we also put it even, but without adhesive, at 20 centimeters. We check more or less the square. This part will go without glue, because later we are going to take it out again. I repeat the same on the other end. And I measure it crosswise to see if it is square, and then I put back the screws that were missing, which would be 2 more. And I put the 4 centimeter spacer. To the crosspieces that would be part of the backrest, narrower I do not put glue, because I think it is not necessary, but you can put it if you want. I align with the ruler at the end. I place the spacer, hole and screw. Now I'm going to remove this last strip, to smear it with vinyl glue. I check the tip with the ruler and screw it in, and then I'll put the remaining screws. The headboard is ready. I sand it a little with 80 grit sandpaper. I make the ends on the edges. These would be the crossbars, where the bed grill would be supported. I show you that in this part it always has a little bit of curve, that is to say a spine, but I leave it up. I center it to place the legs, and I place it square, and I place the other 3 screws and clean the glue. I center it again. I drill a hole with the guide bit and place a screw. I verify that it is always square and I place the remaining screws. In this way I make the 3 crosspieces. Now I show you how to assemble the structure of the bed. We start to assemble the headboard like this. We leave it 2.3 centimeters, that slat, and we mark this template that we are going to make it 6 centimeters, and there we mark it 1.5 and 1.5. We also leave that separator in the header of 4 centimeters. We verify again that it is 2.3 centimeters from the edge. We place it with the template and we pierce. We also pierce the bottom cube, and we take it out to place the vinyl glue. Now I show you how I painted the head of the screws black. I painted them with a black acrylic or black synthetic spray paint. That way the little head of the bolts painted in black is more colorful. Then I apply the bolts. I place the washers and tighten them. On the other side exactly the same. I place the spacer again. I check the 2.3 centimeters that would leave room for the crossbar, and here I must not forget to turn the template, so that it is in the same position as the other one. I place the vinyl adhesive, I position the spacer and I check it again. I place the washer and the nut and tighten it. Now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to mount the crossmember with the floating leg in the middle. Marked it at 11 centimeters and in the center of the crossbar. I level it, I drill a hole, I put a bolt, I spread vinyl glue. Because that part of the headboard and footboard will not be disassembled, only the side rails will be removed so that the bed can be disassembled. I think that is the best way to make it disassembled and easy to transport. These would be the supports of the backrest. We mark the bottom of the leg, there we cut the 34 centimeters. I take out the distance that comes from the bottom of the cube. I put it in, place it evenly and mark it at 4 centimeters from the center, and I pierce it with the 7 mm drill bit to place the 6 mm round head bolt. That bolt is 10.5 centimeters long. In this part we are not going to put glue, that way we can also take the head of the bed out of the bed. I place it square and put 2 screws that would be 50. I milled it enough to fit inside. I also project the line of the bottom cube, in the same way as on the other side, and do the same work. I place it evenly with the square and hold it with the press, and then I cut the excess with the grinder. With an 80 grit sandpaper I sand the edge and remove the edge. We are also going to put glue because we are going to screw the headboard, because it is not necessary to disassemble it, because we will remove the bolt and the screws from below and the complete headboard will come out. Then we center it and we just put a 15 mm screw and another one hidden underneath. Then you don't notice anything with the mattress that way. I prepared these 4 slats. Notice that I drilled them crossed. I put them on the same line as the cube. I put vinyl glue on them. In this part the screw has to fit loosely. I put it evenly there and screw it. Those 2 screws that are closer together would go with glue for the headboard, and the other one for the foot part. I fix the most beautiful side, that is upwards. I place the 2.3 centimeters thick piece. I place it on the template. I adjust it and drill it. I already have the headboard assembled. I lower it to the floor. These slats would be supports where the crossbar in the middle of the bed would be supported. I used to place a cloth when I am going to place a board that is well sanded, then it doesn't get hurt by anything, because sometimes the table can have some remains of something and marks the wood. Now I mark the center of the inside part. I mark it 3.5 centimeters and 6.5, that would be the thickness of the crossbar. At 3.5 centimeters it is just at the bottom, flush with the crossbar. There I place it centered by the same line that I did. First a screw. Then I put vinyl glue and place 3 other screws. I clean the glue and on the other side I do the same. Now I show you how to assemble the bed grill. We're going to leave 4.3 centimeters at the end. More or less we check the square because we're going to measure across later anyway. And we screw it. We mark it at 66 centimeters and 66 centimeters. This would be from the inside. At the tip we leave it 4.3 centimeters also. I mark it, I pierce it and put vinyl glue and screw it. I repeat the same thing on the other side. There I place another strip. I mark it where the crossbeam would go. I center it and screw it in, the same on the other end. Keep in mind that I didn't put glue on that last strip, because it is only provisional, only to place it square. Now I measure it crosswise to place it in the square. I place the 4.3 centimeter spacers. I put a ruler on the tip, I drill holes with the guide bit and start screwing. When I get to that strip that we didn't put glue on, I take it out and cut it. I show them how we are going to assemble the bed. What we need, that would be the spacer for the stringers, the template and the bolts. First, before we put the side rails in place, we have to sand the end of the headboard. Here we present it. I left a little bit outside, so that the template would support me well. In this part, I did not engrave, but I had to cut with a grinder the inside part of the bolt because the tips were touching, but if you cut it, there is no problem. In that part that does not go glue to be able to disassemble, we put 2 screws and that's it. We place the other support that we would be missing. This support would not be centered. Later I will explain why not. Here are the 10.5 round head bolts, and we have to place the nut with the washer. I finish with the orbital, or it can also be sanded by hand, removing the edges. This is what I want to show you. It would not go in the middle, but it would be a little bit off, because the crossbar of the strap sits on top. Well friends, the bed is ready. What I want to tell you, that to the 4 supports that we put screwed on the headboard and the footboard we put glue, but not on this side. And we didn't put any glue on the bolts at the ends either. So we unscrewed here, we took out the bolts and disassembled the whole bed, without any problem. I did it that way to be able to disassemble it easily. Well friends, if you like it, give it a like, share it with your friends, any doubt you have, comment, I will be answering you. See you in the next video, bye bye.